Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. Today is September 14th. It's about 5:30 p.m. Eastern here in US. I want to bring you an update for Cardano. In this video we will talk about mainly on the longer view for Cardano. I'm looking at the weekly chart. I have started creating more longer term outlook videos rather than short-term day-to-day trading. That's what have been requested by a lot of you investors out there, subscribers who are with the channel for a long time. So I want to bring you that update for Cardano. One thing I want to keep you posted on is a lot of these coins like Cardano, Ethereum, they are going through they're questioning their fundamental lately. So like for Ethereum, the whole thing about proof of work versus proof of stake. Now a lot of that, things are like rolling into Cardano as well, where people are questioning their fundamental, like whether it's are they, if they're on the right track, or whether they should be changing some of those things. So there is due to this market conditions, a lot of these coins and they're the teams behind it questioning their whole fundamental strategy. Do be very aware of that. And I mean, I'm not trying to spook people or say something negative, but it's okay, it's fine that people are not just blindsided and following just one direction. They are questioning themselves. They are making sure that the path they're going on to is correct for the community, right? So those are, it's not it looks like it get a lot of bad press, but sometimes you need those kind of things to filter out all the noise, or so you can actually get out and become much stronger than before. So alright, so that being said, in the video I will just mainly talk about the technical. As I said, I'm looking at the weekly chart. So right now let's do just a quick recap on the Cardano. It had a massive spike back in early January 2018, heavily sold out, and went all the way up to 12 cents. That's where I was saying, I made initial video that this is a real value that I'm seeing. The conditions were extremely oversold, and then we had a very decent bounce which took us all the way up to the 40 cents, which is almost 300% return. From close to 300% return from that 12 cents. So that was a very, very nice move. The one thing, a lot of these coins are they do get hammered a lot when the overall market conditions are selling off. So if the overall market is negative, then you will see a lot of these coins take a big hit. Now there was a huge obviously coming down from that $1.40. I think we were initially around $1.40. Yeah, around $1.40. That was a huge sell-off from there. This is where everybody was singing hallelujah. I had initially started in Cardano around 30 cents, and I got out around 120. So I did make a nice move in Cardano. I was keep on buying when it was going up, and at the coming down I was selling on the phases. So that's something I have said it before in the channel, that if you're buying, make sure you don't buy all at once, because it's hard to pick the absolute bottom or absolute top. Nobody can pick it. If you got you will get lucky once or twice, but it is really, really rare that you will absolutely hit those numbers. So always buy and sell in the phase approach, or or try to trade in using the stop losses. Alright, so since then we have been in this falling wedge action in Cardano. Right now we are coming near this apex. the volume have increased, the selling volume has increased in this last few weeks, which is not really, I'm not very worried about that, because that tells me that a lot of people have gotten out of their position. So it will be very hard for sellers to keep on pushing low, and we are coming to a point where it's like it's going to represent some real value, because like, you know, this around 8 cents where it really this data is like coming from Binance, that's where it really took off. So we are below that right now. So I'm seeing a really good decent value in Cardano, given if the market condition do improve and there is not any major headline news, negative news in the market. All right. So the first level of target that I'm looking at in Cardano is around 11 cents from the current around 7 cents. So that's the first level of target that I have for Cardano. If we can get through it, and if we have a decent volume, we can easily get through this. We can easily break out of this falling wedge. Now, falling wedge is a more of a bullish pattern than it's a bearish pattern. So like, keep that in mind. It comes to an apex, and it have a lot of like pressure which is built at the bottom of the apex, and if the market condition, if the volume is right, we usually see a nice decent bounce, like something like we saw back in April. See that, like, nice candlestick? So those kind of bounces do happen when we are at the you know, at the bottom of the apex, and there is a nice you know, chance where, like, you know, market will take in a positive turn next week. All right. So all in all, I still like Cardano. Is one of the better coins. The main thing is, like, you know, the founder and the team behind Cardano. That's what something that I really look at fundamentally. If the team is good, and if the, like, you know, the leadership is good, that's all. Those are some positive signs for any coin, rather than just looking at the white papers. Okay, so you want to make sure, if you're looking at the white papers, you're doing a fundamental research. Make sure you look at the team, what kind of experience they have, what kind of, like, you know, mentality they have, what kind of, like, you know, success rate they have. That will give you a lot of confidence in, especially in the longer term investing for coins like Cardano. Okay, Ethereum is you know, it's back again. Like, it had a pretty nice move. It went down to, like, I think 160 or something. Now it's up over that support line, trading around 216. So again, it's not out of the woods. I wouldn't say this is out of the woods yet. I still have a long way to go, but I have mentioned in the previous video that it's quite oversold, because it was trading, it was like around almost like, yeah, 200% from its 50-day moving average on the weekly chart. That's a significant, like, you know, distance from the 50-day moving average. So anything, like, you know, when you see those kind of, like, percentage distance, that's a really oversold situations. All right, back to Cardano. All right, so yeah, I don't have the 50-day moving average. We don't have enough data in Binance right now, so I cannot calculate that 50-day moving average. But if you look at the daily, we are you know, flirting. We're gonna start flirting with the 200-day moving average fairly soon, the green one. All right, so let's see how that pans out. We need to see how is if we are getting some volume in the market, especially on the upside, and that will determine a lot of next level trading for Cardano. All right, so again, the value is, I think there's a good value in Cardano right now, especially being heavily sold and trading at the bottom of the channel. I think there's a really good value in Cardano at this point, and it can easily go up to 11 cents quite soon. All right, so that's my analysis for Cardano. Today is September 14, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.